Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. And if you're new here, make sure to subscribe for more podcasts like this. And in today's video, I have reading your funny slash embarrassing K-pop audition moments. So I asked you guys on my community post probably to fill out this form sharing your funny slash embarrassing K-pop audition moments. And actually, oh my god. This was back in February 15th, and today is like May 14th. So, it's very overdue, 3 months. I'm sorry, but what can I say? Time flies fast. We're going to be just getting on with the first response, which is I was recording a video for an online audition and had two videos at the end that were the exact same length, frames, and more. But one was a video of me singing random things like the alphabet and Mary Had a Little Lamb. I accidentally sent the random video to the audition, lol. Oh god. Well, for this, honestly, that's embarrassing, definitely. I feel like I would just have low-key have trauma over auditioning for that company again. They'll be like, wait a second, weren't you that weren't you that person that sent Mary Had a Little Lamb a few months ago? Yeah, moral of the story, don't have videos the same exact length and the same exact frame. I don't even know how it would be the exact same frame. Like, was your mouth and like your face like positioned at the same thing? Okay, I don't know. Or maybe it was just a black screen, in which that case that's an issue because you shouldn't have a black screen for a singing or rapping. Next is before the weekly or the monthly SM Zoom audition, I was on a Zoom call with my friends and we were playing with voice effects and filters. I forgot to turn it off during the audition, so I sound like a chipmunk the entire time. Oof, and you wouldn't even know that, right? If you have the voice effect filter on. I don't really use those. I don't think I ever have before. Yeah, I would always double check and make sure that my audio and video sounds decent. Yeah. Mhm. That's a little embarrassing. They would be like, what the frick? Anyway, this person named Leah, first nickname or name. Leah says, once I auditioned for B-Lift and wore a cool outfit. I didn't check my audition clip and submitted when I saw which link I submitted. It was of my cat playing with some fluffy toy. I guess now my cat auditioned to be an idol. LOL. Hope she can make her debut. um Yeah, but why didn't you check your audition video? I don't understand. Like I would be checking to see if it's the right one with the rice. Wow, you know you're Asian when you just say rice out of nowhere when you were supposed to say it right. No, with the right video clip. Like I would 100% make sure of that. I guess that's like the moral of the story here so far, even though we've only looked at 3 responses and we have like 50 more to go. I kind of eliminated the ones that were like spam or just not really related or just not that funny. I'm sorry. If yours isn't included here, it probably was not too interesting or like repeating. Yeah, let's say that. It was really repeating some of them. So the next one, Vonu says, so I was auditioning for SM Global Audition 2018 if I'm not mistaken. I'm in dancing category. Long story short, oh, they they came into the room and started auditioning and then they like held me back. Then they told me to wait to other people that they came to. Oh, okay. So like wait while the other people auditioned. The grammar here is weird. Then they told us to sing. Finally, my turn. I forgot the title of the song, but the lyrics are I'm a mess, I'm a loser, I'm a hater, I'm a user. Oh, yeah, I know that song. Well, anyway, it's that song. At the mess, at the I'm a mess, they started laughing. Maybe I looked like a mess at that time after dancing and I sang that song. Now I never listen to that song again and I'm really embarrassed. The grammar is very difficult to read. I'm so sorry. That's not my fault, but this is confusing to read. So we're gonna move on to the next one, which is by Bunny Potato, and she or he says, this was when I was preparing for a K-pop audition. I was practicing a dance which probably had too many kicks, swishes, and swings, which got me muscle cramps. One day I kicked too hard and my foot hit the table in front of me. Of course, I hurt my foot and a part of the table broke. What the? Bruh, that's That must have really hurt. Or been a really, really flimsy table. Okay. Um, that's just sad. Yeah. You know, like when you just like nudge your toe against your desk or something, like that hurts. But imagine doing that but breaking a table. So, Sayaka says, I remember when I was once practicing for my dance and I really tight jeans, leggings, can't really remember, and I went down to the floor to do the move where I had to stretch my leg out. The jeans ripped. After that, I learned the lesson of wearing tight but comfortable clothing for auditions. That is true. You shouldn't be wearing something that might rip in the middle of an audition. I remember for my SM one, I think I just wore jeans, but they aren't like super super tight jeans, but they aren't like wide leg jeans either. Yeah. I don't know. Well, I've been wearing those for a while, but they haven't ripped yet, so that's why I wore them. Oof, that would be so embarrassing. But what if they were like they didn't see the rip? That would be fine. So as long as you don't make it like noticeable that you just ripped your pants open, you can move on. And Haley says, so I wanted and still want to audition to SM at Zoom, and I tried the first week and I couldn't enter, and then the second week I couldn't enter either, and so I tried the third week, I entered it, I was like, OMG, I'm here, but never mind, haha. I started practicing and then prepared, and then I realized this meeting is only for Korean people and I'm not from Korea. I don't know why, but a lot of people don't read, like it literally says 한국인 Zoom meeting, Korean Zoom meeting, when SM opens their Friday auditions or weekly auditions. Sorry, in Canada it's Friday, where you live it might be Saturday. Anyway, yeah, there's two links and it's so obvious. One's for Koreans, it even says in English, and then one's for international, but people still click on. They're gonna kick you out, by the way. So that's not really their fault, that's kind of your fault for clicking onto the wrong one. However, the next one is from Crocodile, and they said, I was recording an online audition and my hostellers. What are hostellers? Hostellers. A person who operates a hostel. Wait, okay. Wait, what's a hostel? Oh, no? I don't know. Anyway, well, someone thought I was crying. Okay. Oh, I see this person a lot in my comments. Mashiho's Kimchi says, I tried to audition for Bigot and I was doing a chair dance, and there was this move where I had to slightly squat and blow a kiss with my fingers out, but my foot was on the edge, so I fell off my chair, then the stick on the chair hit my gut. Oh, so like the leg of the chair hit their gut, and then, oh, and then they just hung up from the call. Oof. Wait, was this just like a one-on-one audition? Because Bigot doesn't really have that, right? You see, I feel like these would have been a lot better if they submitted videos of them being actually hurt, not because I enjoy other people's pain, but I feel like it would have been just more like easier to understand the situation. Anyway, the next one. See, so far we haven't had something like, wow, that's so hilarious. So, we'll see. So, Jaden says, for the new SM Boy Group 2021, the forum said to have at least 1 minute video. I interpret it to be a 1 minute introduction somehow. So, I submitted a 1 minute long introduction with about 25 to 30 seconds of dancing. Bruh, okay. Well, I mean, okay. It's not like that big of a mistake. It is a big mistake that you did 1 minute of introduction, but I guess I could kind of see where you were coming from. Yeah. Yeah, they probably would not. They would skip that because they don't have time for a 1 minute introduction. They don't have time for an introduction, period. Anyway, the next one is from Kirana. So this person, or Kirana, says, so I plan on auditioning for SM one-on-one Zoom last 2 weeks. I think this was when like SM one-on-one Zoom like just started, so people were like really interested in it. That's why there's so many responses. I don't know what was going on back in February 15th. Like I said, it's now May 15th, so exactly 3 months later, and I'm my better person than I was 3 months ago. Deep. We're getting in deep. Anyway. And I literally woke up 3 hours early just so I could warm up and practice. I even asked my parents not to make a lot of noise, and so I got excited when they posted the link for Zoom. Until I didn't even realize that I clicked on the Korean link and not the foreigners. And I've been trying to enter that link for so many times. When I realized, I quickly entered the other link and got on waiting list or something like that, and then ended up being kicked out because the meeting was already full. And then I ended up crying for the whole day, and then I tried again a few days later, but they didn't post the links, so I thought maybe they closed the audition, and I got irritated the whole day until then I realized it was Lunar New Year in Korea, so it's not available. Oh yeah, I remember this. A lot of people were pissed off at me because it wasn't open for Lunar New Year, so people were like, where is it? Why is it not open? You said it would be open. Why is it not open? And I was just like, have you ever considered that it's Lunar New Year in Korea? And even before that, a few days before the Lunar New Year, because it was exactly on a Saturday in Korea, they literally posted like, we won't be holding Zoom auditions because it's Lunar New Year, but people didn't read that, and then they blamed me like, hello, I don't make holidays. I wish I could. Every day would be a holiday. Anyway, so that's kind of on you. Like, you should have read that it was a Korean link, firstly, and then secondly, you should have read that it was in, like, Lunar New Year. So, that is that. Let's see the next one. Yuni, YUNNI says, I was auditioning in real life back in 2018, and everything went well until I suddenly got really, really nervous and passed out when it was my turn. And so after I woke up, they gave me another chance, and everything went well until they wanted my phone for social media. And then they saw a pic of me in my bikini and no top. My boobs were covered, and they just gave it back, and sadly I didn't pass, but it was embarrassing. Why does this seem a little bit sketchy? Because, usually they wouldn't just like take your phone, right? Even if they did like want to check your social media, they would ask you like what kind of social medias you have, or ask you like for your handle, and then so that they can check it themselves. Yeah. Just moving on. Quietly moving on. L shares, I did an online audition where there are thousands of applicants, so the audition itself was only supposed to last a minute or less, or like speed dating, lol. So I only prepared one song to sing, but after I finished singing, the judge asked me to sing another song. That's a good sign, right? It is. And I completely blinked. I know so many K-pop songs, but suddenly, head empty. I started singing another song and stopped because I didn't remember the lyrics, and then I said, OMG, sorry, I don't remember the lyrics. You should not be doing that. You should just move on as if nothing happened, and even if you forget the lyrics, you should be humming along, like 사랑해 널, if you forget, like, like that. And then he said, okay, just sing another song then. But this time I sang a song I actually knew, and I kind of saved myself. We get audition results soon, so fingers crossed. See, this is why I always tell, if you're auditioning for a public audition, to prepare more than at least 3 songs. Minimum 3, maximum 5-ish, just because you don't know what's going to happen, and if they end up liking you, which is a good thing, you want to make sure. Sorry, I just got a business email and I got a little excited. Business emails excite me. I know, it's weird. Anyway, but a lot of them tend to be, they're spam, or like they're like companies trying to be companies, I'm not gonna give an example, but a few days ago, I got a business email of this product item company that my friend really enjoys, and she always talks to me about it. And so I was like, oh wow, really? And so I screenshotted the business email and sent it to my friend. And I was like, this is so sketchy. And they ended up being fake. I didn't expose them for it. I just left them undelivered. Or I just ignored them, I guess. That's not really related. What happened? Oh yeah, okay. Next one. Johnny says, so I auditioned for the SM New Boy Group audition, and they even sent me an email asking for more videos of me singing. And it said no MR. Then there's that dumb person in me who still sends clips of me singing with MR. I regret it and felt so dumb, lol, but it's not over yet. I wish myself the best of luck. Yet again, people can't read. I don't know, the one thing I feel like I've learned throughout my YouTube career is that people just don't really like to read. Or they just don't want to read. Or they just don't read. I don't know why, because it's that difficult. I don't know. I feel like if I was doing something seriously formal like an audition, I would be reading every single step and making sure, checking off that I have every single thing done. Like if it says 30 seconds, I would do 30 seconds, you know? Like, I don't know. Anyway, this person, Liz, with multiple Z's, says, I had a Zoom audition and I realized a little too late that my camera was not angled properly. So when I was dropping, the judge only saw my butt and not my arm movement. I stared there for a good 5 seconds, and during the whole dance, only my upper body was showing. You should have angled your camera well. Like, I mean, like, when you join a Zoom audition, you can see the other person's face and then your face, right? You can see, like, how it's showing. And even if so, you can check the video settings for Zoom. Like, there'll be an option, like, check your audio or something like that. Then you click on that and then you go into audio or video, and then you can see how other people see you. A little tip there if you're planning on doing the SM one. I think I might do another one tomorrow if I end up having any time, because tomorrow's the 15th. I've been lying to you guys. It's the 14th today. Dude, when you're in online school and you don't go outside like ever, life seems to blend in and be the same. I hope you guys can understand that too. Like sometimes you just wake up and you're like, what day is it? Is it a Monday? A Friday? Like, I just don't know. Anyway, Julia says, this one's a pretty long one. It was way back in 2015 or 2016 when that one entertainment that had a live audition at Philippines in a mall where a lot of people can see you and of course can hear you singing or can see you dancing. I was totally very, very nervous at that time, is because I get nervous easily, and especially when someone is watching me perform on stage. My audition went pretty fast because I chose dancing and we got to choose our own music, even if it's a K-pop song or not. After my audition ended, my nervousness was still there and I was so shaking badly that I fell down the stairs after auditioning. Yikes, I would be embarrassed. Like everyone watching and they're just like, huh? And the judges were so shocked because I wasn't shaking when I danced. I really hope not everyone is like me when they're live auditions in their country. Don't fall down the stairs. Be careful, kiddos. Moral of the story is that. And so Ash says, my story was when I was auditioning online, and I didn't know much about auditioning because it was like my second time auditioning, and I was putting in vocal for my category, and I didn't know how to put it in. It said it had to be in Google Drive. I didn't know what it was saying, so she put in a voice recording and figured out it wasn't the right one, so it was unplayable. Yeah. Like I said, just check your audition video just once again, just to see. Yeah. This one's a super long one. Their name is SM Story 2021. Okay, let's read this. I recently auditioned for SM Entertainment Zoom Weekly. I got into the audition room at 9:30 EST and I wanted to turn my screen so that it would be landscape for the judges. So I taped my phone to a tissue box and I taped it tight AF. I finally entered the audition room at around 1 a.m. and the lady asked me to turn on my screen. So obviously I had to untape everything so the screen would turn on. Yikes. But you could just like tape the back. Or I guess like she wrapped it across her phone. I'm sorry, but that's a little bit dull. Okay. So yeah, she untaped everything so the screen would turn on, and the judges were sitting there in awkward silence while I tried to untape everything. One of the judges were sort of laughing, so obviously my face got very red, which didn't help the situation. Eventually, I just used scissors to cut everything. Then they told me to start when I was ready. Mind you, this is still 1 a.m. My parents were sleeping and had no idea I was auditioning, so I couldn't be super loud. My voice was very, very shaky and it sounded husky for some reason. And the whole tape process just threw my audition off. I guess the shake was a nice audition to my singing because somehow I was still contacted after that whole mess, which I'm still waiting on. Anyways, I still think about this in the middle of the night. Yeah, just balance your phone on something, or better yet, just use the laptop because you don't have to balance anything. You just have the camera on. Yeah, good for them though. Maybe their singing was really good. Anyway, next one is by Tartless Potato. So they said, so I was looking for a bunch of emails of companies and wrote them down. Then I started I just got a notification that went up really fast. And then I started sending them my audition. One of them was Top Group, and the actual audition or address is, it's just my friend, never mind. Audition at itopgroup.com, but I put in an audition at Top Group. For some reason, I decided to check if the email was correct after sending it. The panic I had, my address, my phone number, pictures, and everything was in there. I could not tell this to my parents as they didn't know about it. Anyways, turns out the wrong address didn't exist, which happens a lot of the times if you put in the wrong one. Anyway, I got an email saying it was the wrong address, but it was in my spam. So yes, I was worried about this for 3 freaking months. Plausible. Okay. Just make sure you have the right address, email address. I'm wearing shorts, by the way. I'm not wearing pants. Yeah. Okay. Also, I would just recommend copy and pasting it from your laptop or even just your phone. Copy and pasting always works. It's fail proof most of the time. So Diane says, this was on an online audition last year, so I sang and I thought I sounded really good, like really good. But watching it now, it makes me cringe, and I realized my voice was not stable and I had a lot of off keys. It happens a lot of times, like when you look back on your old videos of you singing or dancing, it looks really bad, but back then you thought it was like the best of all and you knew you were going to pass your audition. The most embarrassing part was when my friends watched it. It was really embarrassing. I'm going to position the camera. Oh, you can see my charger. You can see my lip balm. Nope. Okay, great. You can see my top. It's from Yestel. It says Cosmic. This is only for those who are watching this podcast for 22 minutes. Thank you for sticking around. But I have a freaking huge Yestel haul. Don't even know how much I spent on one haul. It's my biggest haul yet. And mind you, someone said that in the response, so I thought that would be really funny. My last haul was literally $700, so it kind of gives you an idea of how big this one will be. Whew, it's a lot, like a lot of stuff came in the mail, and I liked almost all of them, so that's great. Like I always do. I feel like I've never had like a really bad Yestel clothing item that I just hated. Like there's one oversized shirt that I just could not wear because it was so oversized for me, but my sister really likes that now. And like, even if I buy a lot of clothes, they're kind of like split in between for my sister and I to share. So that's good. And sometimes my mom wears them too. Anyway, let's move on. Manda with a watermelon says, so I was around 16 when I auditioned for JYP and I was new to K-pop. I sent my audition form in and I got an email a couple days later that it said it had been evaluated. And then I went to all my friends telling them that I passed the audition. Like I really thought I would get in first try. Yeah, a lot of people think this. They're like, oh my god, tell me what this email says. And I'm literally like, it says the same thing in English. Like, can you not read that? Like, I don't know what else they want me to say. It literally says, your audition has been evaluated. Please wait for further notice if you have, like, passed the audition. That's literally all that says. That's literally all you need to know. I feel like people always want, like, what they hope for. Like, they want an email that says that they got passed, so they want to hear that from me, like, I don't know. And then they get mad at me when I say something that they aren't satisfied with. Like, no, it's just that they saw your audition clip, nothing much. And they're like, what? And then they just get really weird. But it's all the things that come with being not a semi-popular, I would say somewhat of a well-known public person. So Addison, oh my god, Addison wrote a lot. She said, a few years ago, I went to an SM Global audition. I chose singing because it's practically the only thing I can do. I waited for around 6 hours. During this time, I was so nervous yet bored at the same time. I wanted to save my phone battery so I didn't use it much. I forgot my portable battery. So I ate a lot of the food and the snacks that I brought. Is this foreshadow? I seriously do not know why, but I ate my lunch, which was chili. Then it was finally my turn. I was one of the last people to audition, so I was in a group of 10 with a few judges, and they asked me to sing, and I did. Not even 5 seconds in, I farted. Not even farted, I farted, and she says this in all caps. I saw the other participants looking up. I saw the judges looking up from their papers. Even the guy in charge of the camera looked quite shocked. I stuttered the next lyrics, but continued on. But my face was red AF, and I never forget it. Surprise, surprise, they never contacted me. Now I never eat chili in the morning or at lunch. It's like low-key traumatizing. Oof, that's rough. Don't have food that might make you fart in the middle of your audition for lunch. But yeah, for a lot of the public auditions, they actually want you to bring your lunch because, like this person, you could be one of the last people and, you don't want to be starving while you audition. So, yeah, a lot of people bring, like, snacks or foods. And you can't really leave the venue because you have to be, like, waiting and stuff. So, you can't really buy anything either. Oh my god, my friend keeps texting me. Oh wait, I can just say her name. Ivy. Ivy keeps texting me. Not anything important. Just games. I'm gonna play one game with my friend. Oh, I lost. Wow. See, with Catherine, I've lost every game. This is so sad. I'm not sharing anything, right? Yeah. Just Catherine poop emoji. I'm gonna play one game with Ivy. Ivy's a bagel. Oh! That's so sad. I've lost every game. Oof. Irene's sad life. See, for some reason, if I do it with my other friend, I can say her name. Yeah, her name's Joy. When I do it with her, I win almost all of the word hunts, which is basically just like finding a word, almost like a word puzzle. But when I do it with Ivy, I always lose. And when I do it with Grace, I sometimes lose, sometimes win, but most likely lose. Yeah, Ivy's just really good at word hunts. She apparently was addicted to it, which honestly I kind of am too, because I get really bored during online school, and so what do? Is this a bad influence? Oh, come on, we all do it at one point or another, so yeah, that's my way of justifying, yeah. But it's okay, because I still do all my assignments, like, trust me, I'm that person that never misses any assignment, never not hands in something, that kind of thing. So I am a good influence, I would like to think. Such an influencer. It's so hard to talk while you play games and concentrate. Right now I'm playing 8-ball. Game with Irene. Remember when I used to play Among Us? Yeah, that was like the trend and everyone forgot about that. Even I forgot about that. Voice crack. Yeah, I remember when that was really, really popular, and now no one cares about it anymore. Apparently there was I saw this one reel where it was like, remember when we were all addicted to this? And then the people commenting were like, yeah, there was this new update and now it's really, really boring. So apparently that's what happened. There was this new update and now no one really cares about it that much. Useful information. Okay, let's finish one more game of another 8-ball. There's different kinds of 8-balls. There's the challenging one, and then there's the more easier one. Right now I'm doing the easier one, but I just did a more of a challenging one, I guess you could say. Okay, well, that's that. Let's pause our little mini intermission. I really said intersection. Those are two different things. Intermission and intersection. I checked my Instagram for a while. This is bad. I can't even concentrate on one thing. Okay, let's go back. So, you read Addison's. Yeah, don't eat chili. Isabel says, whenever I was filming my first K-pop audition that I never sent. I forgot that you were supposed to make facial expressions, so I looked so grumpy and mean all throughout my dance tape. Yeah, I always look back to see if my expressions are lacking, because sometimes, just your RBF shows, and especially when I'm filming reels, it makes it look like I'm just really tired and just like not up for it. So I kind of have to overdo the expressions to make it show on camera. So I recommend just a little bit overdoing your own emotions and expressions, but don't overdo it too much. Obviously, that's never good. Why would you do that? We are 24 in. So Edlin says, oh, this is the longest one yet. The day before my SM weekly audition, the actual ones a year ago, not the online one, I could not sleep because I was so excited for it. I practiced for years now, and I finally got the chance to do an audition because I was visiting my friends or my cousins in Korea. I live somewhere where they didn't host auditions. So the day of the audition, I was crazy tired and I could barely open my eyes. We had these seats waiting for our turn, and we had to wait for a long time. I sat down and I don't remember what happened next because I fell asleep. Yes, I know. Later on, someone woke me up and I just thought it was someone auditioning, but it turns out it was the judge. They told me the audition was over and everyone had to leave the building because they only reserved it for a specific amount of time. I had just woken up, so I was very confused. I would have asked for another chance, but I was so embarrassed of myself, so I just wanted to leave. So I just left the building and called my aunt to come and pick me up. I didn't realize that it was raining outside. It's just like bad thing after bad thing after bad thing. I should have brought an umbrella because it was rainy season in Korea. And yeah, there is such thing as rainy season in Korea. So I just stood there waiting for like 15 minutes in the rain until my aunt's car came. At this point, I was just crying and I didn't know if my tears were rain or the rain were my tears, and I was so sad. But don't worry, I got to audition a year after. Good for them that they got to audition for a year after. But that's so, yeah, make sure you have proper sleep before your audition because you don't want to do that. Yeah. You don't want to sleep at the audition venue. Anyway, the next one is... Wait, I'm just gonna... Ivy texted me back, so I have to reply with the games. It's not even replying. Oh, my head kind of hurts. You know, when you're doing, like, online school, and you're just staring at the screen all the time, and also I've been, like, talking for the past few hours to myself. Not because I'm weird, because I was filming a video. So, it makes you a little bit crazy. Just a little bit. Also, I just had a tiring day, just in general. Not that anything bad happened, I'm just tired. I always wake up at 6 a.m. as you guys know. Actually, do you guys want me to make a video on that, like, how I wake up at 6 a.m. every day? I think that would be an interesting video to see. Well, anyway, I do wake up at 6 a.m. almost every day. Sometimes I just don't feel like it, so I wake up at, like, 7. Or on the weekends, on Sunday, I wake up a little bit later on. However, I've been sleeping at, like, 12 because... Last night I I just didn't finish an assignment and I wanted to work on it a little bit, so I slept at 12, and the day before I was doing the same thing, working on a different assignment that I didn't really finish. So I was working on that, and so essentially I had like 5 to 6 hours of sleep, which is awfully unhealthy. I don't recommend this lifestyle, but that is all of the sleep that I got, and I feel like I should kind of change that. I should sleep earlier. Right now it's 9:19, so I'm not going to sleep right now because it's only 9 p.m. But yeah, I should probably fix my sleep schedule just a little bit. But it's better than waking up at like 8:50 as a lot of people do in school, because class starts at 9 and people are like, well, I need 10 minutes to prepare. I can't do that. That would literally bring me anxiety. Also, I have band tomorrow. Oh yeah. So the band theme, like I think I've told this to you guys on my podcast. Yeah, I did on my vlog. Like the last theme was hoodies, right? That's why I was wearing a hoodie on Friday. This week's theme is plushies. And so the band teacher, he was like, "Yeah, I know you guys are too old for plushies, but don't be that person that's like, oh, I'm too cool for plushies." And I was thinking, and he was like, "Yeah, everyone has plushies somewhere in their house." My sister does, but like from old ones, she doesn't sleep with plushies or anything like that. And if you're not from Canada, I don't think you call it plushies. You probably call like stuffed animals. Yeah, my only plushie is, you know, the Wendy one. I'm gonna go get it right now. Ah! Ah! This Wendy one, it's gonna be my plushie. And then I told my sister that, and she was like, "That's not a plushie. That's a pillow." But it's okay, it counts as a plushie. I'm not sure I'm gonna show it on the camera, like during Google Meet classes, just be like... That would be really embarrassing if no one brought their plushie because they all think they're really cool. Yeah, that would be embarrassing if you're like the only person, but it's okay. Let's move on. Oop, that's a little bit too much. Amy, with a exclamation point, says, "I auditioned for the US..." Why are these so long? I'm gonna take a game break again. This is like my lack of concentration, guys. I'm so sorry, but I'm sure it's somewhat relatable because, you know, you concentrate that much. If you do, I applaud you. Really. Having concentration is so difficult, especially if you're doing like online school or not, whatnot. Ugh, I've had a Dun Dun Dance stuck in my head for like the longest time. It's a good song. Dun dun dance, dun dun dance, dun dun dance. I feel like it would have been stuck in my head even more if it was more of a lower pitch song. Not because like my voice is super low. I would say it's like pretty medium, but I really just don't like singing high pitched songs, you know? I think anyone could relate to that, especially if you can't hit the high note yourself. Oof, redemption. Oh no, I lost. It's okay. Well, let's finish up these responses. So, as I was saying, Amy with an exclamation point says, "I auditioned for the SM, or the US Global Audition. Not SM, US Global Audition. As expected, I had to wait for a long time. I was in the middle of the waiting list, so I thought my turn would come quickly. I had to go to the bathroom because I remember that I drank a whole bottle of water while practicing earlier that day." Of course. I mean, practicing with water is very good. Hydration is important, but overhydration is not good, especially for important events like this. Can you guys hear the ambulance? Yeah. Anyway, the place the audition took was familiar for me, so I couldn't really find the bathroom. I kept waiting for my turn, but they never called my group. Fast forwards a few hours later, it was still not my group's turn to go into the room. I was worried if I left for a few minutes, I would miss a chance to audition. I get that feeling. Like, if you feel like you're not there for just a few minutes, you're just gonna miss everything. So my turn came. When I danced in front of the judges, I danced like I really needed to pee badly, because that was exactly my situation. Thank God I didn't pee myself, but seriously, I danced like I needed to burst immediately. I should have just gone to the bathroom. That's true. I hate holding it in. I don't think anyone likes holding it in. Like, when you need to go to the bathroom, you need to go. Yeah. So Gia says, "So like, I did the online audition and did vocals, and I had to re-record the video close to 15 times because my dogs and cats kept showing up in the frame and barking or meowing like dogs and kitties. But as much as I love..." I can't talk. "As much as I love them, y'all can't show up in my audition video and try to sing along." Clown face emoji. I can't really relate to that because I don't have any pets or animals. Yeah. I feel like even if you didn't have a pet, you would still have to re-film the video multiple times because you want to get the perfect shot. I'm gonna wear some glasses. Oh, 씨, 깜짝이야. 비디오 필m하고 있는데? Oh, 씨, 깜짝이야. Oh, that's scary. Anyway. These are from Zim. I'm gonna make a video on them soon. However, my mom came in and it scared me a lot. Yeah, these are blue light glasses. I use them for online school because my head hurts sometimes and these kind of help. I don't know if it's just like a psychology thing, but they actually do kind of help reduce the headaches that I get. Yeah. And also they look really cool. I love it. Yeah. I'm glad I got them. I also have other blue light glasses, but I feel like they're overused. No, like literally I feel like they're so I've been using this one for like a year now, maybe over a year, and I feel like I've just used them too much and they're just like dirty. Anyway, yeah. Next one is Yuri. This is also a long one, and they said, this was my first audition. I went to film in the basement since it became my dance practice room back then. The worst thing is my mom went to check down on me and she told me, "What are you doing?" Because she saw me with a camera and just dancing in front of it. I was like, "I'm dancing?" Then she told me, "Why is there a camera?" Then she just left like nothing happened. But I was recording and then the camera wasn't filming at all because it had no memory. Ugh, I feel so bad about it. Then I changed and filmed it with my phone. My first film on my phone, and then it was a fail again. My water spilled on the side and I stepped on it, so I slipped. It sounds like a whole novel. Unlucky day. I filmed again and yes, it was a success now. When I was sending it to the company, the video of my dancing, I sent the fail one which I slipped. Now I can't retrieve it. So yeah, you guessed it right. I didn't pass that audition. Okay. Well, there were just so many things going on in that. So I just didn't even... Okay. Next. Froy said, I was practicing my singing, so I closed the door of my room and sang and sang and sang and sang. Then when I went out of my room to get something, my whole family was staring at me in disgust. My singing wasn't good, haha. I'm still practicing and planning on to audition sometime soon, so this was very recent. Oh, that's kind of sad. But hopefully they meant it as like a joke and not actually in disgust. Dude, I'm gonna need to play more games. Now my friend's texting me, my other friend, Catherine. I'm gonna have to be quiet for this one because this one's like full concentration mode. Dinos. Kid. Kind. Kin. Those are all words. When things aren't going well in word hunt, I just go like... And then something will happen eventually. Oh, he knows. $15,200. Now let's do it with other friend. Let's do it with Ivy. Ooh, I'm really good at word bites. If you guys use Game Pigeon, you'll probably know what I'm saying. If you don't, it's just like a word game, you know. I would like to show you, but I also want to play. Yeah, I'm good at this one. Sorry, I just really need to focus for this one. Also, Ivy's good. Oof, I won. I got 20,100 and she got 11,800. I'm really good at word bites. Yes, yes I am. Or I'd like to think so. Cat. Knit. Vit. K. Day. Go. Goad. Gade. Gate. Kate. Taste. Tade. That's not a word, never mind. Dog. Dog. Already did that. Ant. Nope. Ack. That is a word apparently. Out. Goot. Doot. Doot a word. Oh, it is. Eed. Jeed. Oh, teed. Tade. Cade. Oh, I lost. Oh, I got 5,000 and Ivy got 7,500. Okay, is this gaming or is this what? I'm so sorry. Okay, let's continue with these. Sorry, my voice got tired and then my mom came in and just scared me low-key. When I was auditioning for JYP, I accidentally clicked the wrong file and didn't realize. I pressed the delete, but when I got the email showing the overview of your audition, it didn't delete. They got to see a photoshopped image of random Pinterest boys random Pinterest boys' abs with Namjoon's head right next to my real face. Great. People do that apparently. I sadly got rejected because I never received an email back. I guess they don't appreciate Photoshop Namjoon shirtless. SMH. Okay. No judgment there. Says me with like the most judgmental face ever. Okay, so they said, I have a habit of making up scenarios in my head, as with everyone else. So in my imagination, I'm a K-pop idol and have made debut song choreographies, stage name, and stuff. And my dad walked in without knocking while my debut stage. Hey, twins! My mom just walked in without knocking. But I wasn't debuting. I was simply filming a video. Lily says, I was literally practicing before the audition. I was dancing and warming up, you know? And then I suddenly bumped into my bed. My room is very small, so yeah, I almost broke my leg. Oh no. And I didn't get the chance to audition or dance for a few weeks. Yikes. Be careful, everyone, and try to dance in like a somewhat open space. Okay. Leanne says, I did the SM Weekly audition over Zoom. I had to wait like 2 hours and it was the middle of the night for me, so I was really tired and cold. So I just put on a huge fuzzy bathrobe after a while. I was sitting in front of the camera, so when I thought they would enter, I would just throw it off. But of course, right when he entered, I got to look in the mirror. So the judge saw me just chilling with my bathrobe on. I was so nervous, so I just kind of smiled at him, and then he laughed so hard. It was funny, but I was kind of embarrassed. Sadly, he didn't pay attention to my dancing because something fell off his desk, so I wasn't called back like you. Well, I wasn't called back either. I was just like, okay, anyway. That's explained in the video. Hey, now that I think about it, I don't look half bad in these glasses. Yeah, I should wear glasses. I literally just wore these for the practicality, not the aesthetic visuals. Oh, no, never mind. Okay. Avery says, when I was singing in the video call, I'm assuming all of these are just SM one-on-one soon. Oh my god, this part of my, I feel like I have acne here. It really hurts when I press on it. I'm gonna wash my face after this video. I literally had to stop every 5 seconds because my neighbor's kids would start screaming and they were playing some game. The judge could literally hear them as well because the neighbor's windows were open, and I could see the judge trying not to laugh. I kept on apologizing every time I stopped. The secondhand embarrassment is just hitting different. You can hear your neighbor. Maybe. I guess my old house you could have heard my... No. My old house was like really, really just like quiet people in general. And here I'm like on the 3rd floor, so that would be kind of weird to hear neighbors. And my neighbors are quite quiet too. Okay. It's FJ says, last time when I got into the SM monthly audition, I waited in the Zoom meeting room for about 3 hours that I missed my lunch. Because I was very, 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 very hungry, I ate my noodles, my lunch, in front of my phone and waited for the audition. Suddenly, the camera opened. OMG, that was so embarrassing. The judge had seen me eating my noodles in front of her. There's so many cases. Wearing a bathrobe, people screaming outside, eating noodles. I'll say the best one is the noodles, you know? Like, yeah. Or maybe shows like a bad impression to the judges because they're like, they ate ramen noodles? Okay. I ate ramen noodles today. I even filmed a reels in the middle of boiling my water for the ramen, which maybe is out yet. No, it's probably not out yet. So Nina says, this was not too long ago, but I was done with all my recording for my audition. And I was importing the clips, and I practically had no idea what I was doing. So I grabbed the pictures and the videos from my camera roll, not noticing that I had clicked a screen recording of me and my friend's text, and I sent it. So SM, if you ever see this, please know that I'm very sorry. Yeah, SM, are you watching this? Definitely. No, why would I not be watching this? Definitely. They're a big fan of my videos, SM, really. My #1 fan. Some people text me and they say, oh my god, I'm your #1 fan. Please help me. And I'm like, no, SM is my #1 fan. They never miss one video. Never. Cringe. Anyway, I don't know how many times people have chosen like the wrong video or the wrong pictures. Just check. Crystal says, so this was my first audition ever and it was for SM All 9. I wore an off-the-shoulder top with those sleeves that are attached by a thin strip of fabric at the bottom of the sleeve. Halfway through the freestyle, one of the sleeves snapped and my bra was out for the whole world to see. Well, I mean, it was like all 9, so you don't really have to, like, it's not like one-on-one live. If it was live, that would have been a problem. But if it's all 9, it doesn't really matter. Or maybe, I don't know. Anyway. Okay. Luna, with the U, not a O-O, says, I was super sad and I lost motivation and I was rushing things. So I decided to audition for JYP even though I didn't want to be in JYP. So I made a stupid decision just because I wanted to do a quick audition and send it in. So I sent it in Flickr by in hyphen. I was really pitchy because I had just gone crying for some reason. IDK, I was really emotional that day. And it was so awful that I had to redo it since it was for video and audio. And I sent in the best video I had and filled in the form. I got an email JYP sends when they evaluate your audition, but then I realized I sent in the wrong audio. How many times has it been? Drinking game, drink water every time you see someone clicking the wrong video or the wrong audio file or the wrong picture. You'll be very hydrated for sure. Yeah, so they sent in the wrong audio and it was just them singing and laughing. I was so embarrassed. Anyway, that was my story. Hope you read it. Well, I just read it. So the next one is Ria, and Ria says, I went to audition in Cube Entertainment once, where I got so nervous that I forgot all of the choreography and started doing some random steps, which looked quite funny, and my expressions while doing them were on another level. Wait, is that it? Oh. Oh, I missed this laugh. Sorry. I'm going a little crazy. I'm tired, man. I'm tired. And I've got a few more to get to. Okay, I went into the JYP building for my private audition, and now the funny thing comes. I didn't find a way to the building, so I came in 5 minutes later, and then when I prepared with another girl, my jeans got a hole right on my inner thighs, but when I danced to the judges, they thought it was an extra because my jeans were full of holes. I felt so embarrassed. Good thing it's not like a plain, no hole kind of jean, otherwise that would have been awfully embarrassing. 15 more to go. Okay, Coco says, oh, this one's not very interesting, but I'll just read it anyways because I just said her name anyway. 2 staffs came up to me telling me it was okay and I was going to be fine because they could see how nervous I was. That was pretty nice of them. Okay. Okay. African American Human says, I did the Esteem audition in New York, and when it was my turn to model, then dance, I burped loudly, and I was so embarrassed. This reminds me of the farting one. I didn't pass, but I did it the next time they came near the end of 2019. Don't fart. Evan says, it was an online application before COVID. I auditioned to JYP Entertainment. I had my audition, and oh boy, this day ruined my life. I thought I was going to do well, and I wore a skirt that day. I'm a female. And I tripped over, and it didn't go so well. People laughed at me, and it was even worse than I was on my period. I wanted to bawl. Thankfully, I failed the audition, though. Thankfully? I mean, it would be better to pass it even with all of that going on, is my opinion. A1 says, I was actually in the weekly audition room, and so I sang a Sam Smith song. Keep in mind the time where I live is close to midnight, so when I got into the room, I couldn't sing too loud. But there's a guy judging me, and he was like, just right off the bat, he said to sing, and I was very rushed. No fault to him, of course, it's his job, and to see as many people as in little time. I sang the first verse, and he was actually bobbing his head to the beat, so I guess he was enjoying it. But once I hit the chorus, I flipped into head voice, and his reaction told me that my Mariah was missing its carry. So yeah, he just said goodbye and left. Yeah, a bit of head voice doesn't hurt, but too much of head voice is not that great. So, yeah. Okay, this one's a little bit funny. Mirai says, my first online audition. I auditioned for JYP, and they send you an email saying like the evaluation on your application for the online audition has been completed. Like they saw it. We've already been through this. And they said, and my English and Korean were not that good at the time, so I couldn't understand. And I mailed back to JYP saying, what do you mean? It's embarrassing. I'm crying, LOL. What do you mean? Everything in the email is included in there. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I'm so tired. I can do this. I can get through this. Oh my god, not talking for a while really clears my head up. Okay, me and my brother were auditioning at the same time. It was actually our first time. When he was recording, I asked him to stop multiple times, and I told him, no, not like that. Sing with a little bit of emotion, and we took a little time for choosing his song. I don't understand this one. Maybe it's because I'm just bad at understanding stuff, but I just can't understand that. Okay, next. So I'm like multitasking much. Bro, my Instagram has been blowing up lately because of a few reels that I filmed, and I'm so thankful. So thank you so much if you watch my reels, or if you are subscribed, or if you are following my sorry, I can't show the entire music obviously because I don't want to be copyrighted, but yeah, thank you for watching my reels. So if you're not following me on my Instagram, it's literally just Luvie_Irene. So go follow that. And also my TikTok, I have 300 followers. I'm so thankful, guys. Almost close to 1,000 likes too. Yay. Anyway, I think I'm gonna end the video here just because I'm so tired. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. Sorry for like the really chaotic energy video, and I'll be seeing you guys in my next podcast. Bye!